Hello and welcome to the Monday Sandbox VoxEdit stream with me, your host, Pandapops. Welcome on in. I know the stream has started earlier than our usual streams, but that is because in about 45 minutes now, we are going to be having a special guest join us, and we're going to be talking about the latest VoxEdit contest that you can join. However, before our guest joins us, we're going to be doing our usual Vox editing. And so here we are, ready to Vox edit the day away. I do want to make this screen just a bit bigger so you can't see my bottom bar, but there we go. Just means you miss, oh no, because then you miss out on the sides. Okay. One sec, I can sort this. We can squeeze that on. I can stretch that. There we go. Lovely. But hello, Garnican and Tom Voxel. I am hoping more people will be able to join us. I know it is a different time than usual, but hopefully people will see that we're live. Hey, Dareth, you got your... oh, perfect. Did the tutorial-y stuff that I sent you help? I hope it did. I hope it did. Hello, J-Dog, in here as well. And I don't see anybody over on YouTube or Twitter saying anything, but hello to you guys. So for today, I did want to ask, before I get started in creating anything, if there is a particular topic anybody wanted me to go over and cover in a little bit more depth. And I'm kind of looking at you, Dareth, because I feel like you're somewhat maybe new, and would like me to potentially cover some. Oh my gosh! Oh, okay, scared me a little bit. Yeah, so VoxEdit. Is there anything anybody would like me to cover while I recover from that scare? Okay. Avatar asset creation. So Rise of the Meme, do remember the submissions close tomorrow. So the 6th of August at 11:59 p.m. UTC. Make sure to convert that to your local time, because once, like, occasionally I am a little lenient. Like, if you submitted 1 minute later, I'm probably gonna let you go through. But please be within that time frame. So equipment is what you are talking about. So you are going to want to use head, chest, arms, and leg pieces. They are what you are going to want to be using. And I have seen people play a little fast and loose with the term inspiration for that one. Because you're meant to be making creations inspired by those particular coins that we have suggested. And people have just straight up made them. So I am kind of hoping it's gonna be okay, because almost everybody's done that. But yeah, you're going to want to be using these. And yes, I am aware you are not going to have these pieces here. This is because I am staff and I get to see these. You guys do not. But yes, you will have the head, chest, arms, and legs, what you're going to want to be concentrating the most on. Considering you have a limited amount of time. Remember, I believe there is participation prize for that one. So maybe, is this a new time slot? So Woke Zombie, this isn't like a new time slot. We have a special guest coming to join us in 40 minutes almost now. And where we're going to be talking about the latest VoxEdit contest, Kevin de Rug. And so we sort of hit a time zone that worked for them and the Asian market. We have just adjusted the time for the stream. I got very confused because it said UTC, and I keep forgetting the UK isn't currently in UTC. First 100 get it, not the top 10. So Lauren Soul for participation, I want to double check actually. Rise of the meme VoxEdit. So making a full set, if you place in the top 10 and you have created a full set, and a full set is head, chest, arms, and legs, then you will get an additional bonus, but only if you are in the top 10. But yes, participation. So participation prize, 30 sand for the first 100 valid participants that don't place in the top 10. Valid participants is super important because some people do submit invalid submissions. I also don't think we're at 100, so you're still fine. I'm gonna double check. And there was, we did update the Medium article, but there is technically 2, so we got 11 in that one. There's been 2 submission forms. Oh yeah, there's still loads of places for participation. You're all good. Let's check the chat. All right, let's just say hello to some people. Garnican, Tom Voxel, Dareth, I said hello to you. J-Dog, Woke Zombie, Lauren Soul, Team Sebga. Team Sebga, by the way, I don't know what your Twitter @ is, and you came in first place for my contest. Just letting you know that. Roxy Miguel, buenos dias to you. I want to score sand for the first time. I mean, Dareth, in that case, yes, you said something about avant-garde Pepe. I would suggest you do a headpiece. Headpieces, I feel, are the easiest. So let's just... It's Monday. It's Monday. Where is M in the alphabet? Monday stream! Meme head. Right. So what you're going to want to do is head equipment. Now, these are the important things to note with any of the equipment pieces. So, like I said, head, chest, arms, legs, blades, which are like your swords, and the shields. These are all your equipment templates. You can add 1 set of animation on the idle. The only thing that you cannot move is the main piece. Anything that is a child node off of the main node can have movement. So my suggestion always for this is you basically make this, come here, make that invisible, and then all your other pieces just come off of that one. So you create child node and you do head 1. And then you'll do new model, call this head 1, and then you start designing here. A lot of the times, to make sure it's in the right place and I know where I'm drawing, I will basically draw something similar to what they've done. By using the mirror tool, it is automatically going to do it at the middle center point for the pivot. And then we just place that there, and now it's on the head. And then we can actually click the pen tool in the skeleton, and here you'll be able to see the ghost of the head that you're working on. Bad Cohen cut here, but I hear something interesting. Did you not hear me properly, Sebga? I don't know what your Twitter @ is, but you came in first place in the Cryptic Cauldron contest. I'm at work. Is this going to stream YouTube so I can reference it later? Yes, this is going to be on YouTube. It's streaming right now onto YouTube. Obviously, being on Twitch, you get the channel points, and I do suggest you come over to Twitch. Make sure to follow us over here. But what you're going to want to do is you start off with this head piece. And then depending on what you want to do, you can... start editing it. So I'm going to duplicate it a few times here. Oop. And then I'm going to duplicate head 1 and call this head 2. basically because I want the pivot to be here and in the middle. And I'm going to move head 2 there. And I've just realized I have had that in the wrong place. There we go. And then we can rotate it. So you can start making a little hat. And add some additional dimensions. Now, the one thing to keep in mind is this ghost is a basic avatar. So these may not fit if you've got a more dynamic avatar that you're creating. Some masks if you've got the Snoop Dogg doggies. The doggy's nose is going to go out. Double support, thank you! Appreciate that! Kachinga. Oh gosh, you've got a great names everywhere. And I'm going to duplicate head 2, 2, 3. I'm going to go into it and I'm going to flip that around. Put it there. I'm going to move this. Now we're going to start rotating. Okay, as we can see there's Z fighting right here. Landfell, I can't do. That is like, I can show you how to make an enterable archway in my sleep, my friend. In fact, I'm just gonna make that a real quick. Like, I think that's actually a VoxEdit quick tip that I have, but I'm gonna make that as a video. Make enterable room video again, but for my personal channel. Follow me over on YouTube, by the way, Pandapops90. No, that's Twitch. Follow me on YouTube, Pandapops. Personal. And then, archway, enter. I'll make that a YouTube and personal video. Thanks to your tutorial about buildings, you figured out why? Yes, it's exactly the same reason. So as you can see here, where you see those colors intersecting, that's called Z fighting, and that means both colors are trying to be seen, and that's where you get that. So you're going to want to make sure whatever you're creating, whatever headgear you're creating, goes over those. And once again, keep in mind this is a basic avatar, so you may want to adjust slightly to maybe cover all avatars, but yeah, this is a basic one. For doing animation, you just move like during animation anywhere, you move your little time slider arrowhead to the desired position, move your asset to its desired position, and now, yeah, that's that. Do this, copy, paste, copy, paste. There we go. Now it's a... Oh, whoops. Copy, paste. There we go. Now, we got a little moving thing. One thing to note, can I make a helmet this way? 100%. If you're making a helmet, I would do like a little bit more with the top bit. So I would... Obviously, this isn't perfect. I'm not going to like straight up just start fully creating a masterpiece live on stream, because that takes time, okay? Creating masterpieces take time and concentration. Oh, I can't go down. Silly me. So we're going to just extend this box. So we're starting with a bit of a helmet happening here. There's lots of different ways you can go about it. If you're a beginner, I would suggest making it a little bit more simpler, because you're going to want to try and stay within your node count. But there we go. We've started to get a little bit of a design going on here. This is perfect teachery. Great, I am glad. Call me Sensei. I am Panda Sensei to you now. Alright, so there we go. That's the start of our helmet. Obviously, doing the things like I've done here, where I've added additional pieces, this... Oh, there we go. Oh, selected on all of it. This adds a little bit more dimension to it and instead of making it really, really blocky. And all I'm doing right now is I'm clicking on the model that I wish to duplicate. I make sure to have the move node on, hey Mosquito, and then I'm doing Control D and clicking to move that, and it will duplicate. It will duplicate that bad boy. There we go. We'll just rotate it a little bit, and we're gonna move it into position. The issue is, if you are duplicating something with animation, it will keep that animation. So you see how all those pieces that I've just duplicated just kind of move back in. So what I'm going to do is highlight all of those and just delete their animations. So now they stay still. The other ones move. In fact, I'm just going to delete all animations. Because there's not much need for them having animations at this point. There we go. We're kind of just getting it into position. As we can see here, we got Z fighting in this corner, so we're going to want to try and hide that corner. You get down there, and you can kind of see it using the ghost right now. It's a little bit right there. You could choose to do that, or you could do it a little bit differently, completely up to you. Best strategy for scoring land. Entering the game jams poll. Oh wait, I mean, it depends. Are you trying to score land for like without buying land? Are you trying to get it from like a contest? Which right now I would actually suggest either entering a contest or buying off of OpenSea. We do have the land sales, and the land sales can be pretty good, especially if you want to be in a particular neighborhood. Yes, M. Which one? Contest? I'm guessing. So obviously there's the land sales. We run land sales, so you can enter those. It will cost you 1,011 sand to purchase land. It will always be 1,011 sand for a normal plot of land. Premium lands are much more expensive, however they can give you additional perks. The other ways to get land is going to OpenSea or having a look in our marketplace, and it will take you to OpenSea. You can purchase off of the secondary market. The other way is entering the game jams. So entering the game jams, if you place in the top 10, as long as you fill out your publishing form, you will be rewarded with a land. And I believe as well that like the honorable mentions now also receive land. I will double check that. I feel like occasionally it is, occasionally it isn't. These are for global contests, game jam contests. Local game jam contests have smaller prizes. So do keep that in mind. You don't earn land from VoxEdit contests. We did do one VoxEdit contest where we gave away land and avatars, and this is because the country that this contest was being ran for didn't allow crypto as a reward, so we had to do, like, they wouldn't allow, like, a crypto coin, but they do allow NFTs, so we were allowed to do it that way. But both VoxEdit and Game Jams do reward you with sand, and you can use that sand to then purchase a land. Other things that you can earn from these contests is you can earn, obviously, 1 sand. You can earn land from game jams. You can be given a position on a sandbox plot of land for game jams, but bear in mind that that is the sandbox land and they are just placing yours on there to be seen. You can, in VoxEdit contests, sand. Sometimes, if it's an IP, there'll be additional rewards from the IP that are given out. Other times, the prizes will be sand and catalysts occasionally. Can you expand on land purchase thing you said? Yes. So in land sales, there was a land sale that you could sign up for. Land sale sign-ups are now finished at the minute. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the sign-ups are done. This is not loading. There we go. Why is that page is looking weird? Okay. Oh, it signed me out. So you'll usually find it on the carousel right here. Which, yeah, it's finished. So you will see land sales here. They'll appear here. If you go to the map as well, they will usually say, hey, join the land sale. And then you'll be able to join a land sale. Right now, there's no land sales happening. But when a land sale does happen, you'll see that like there's these areas here. These will become available for sale. There is only 164,464 lands, and I believe that is correct. Total. There will never be any more land than there is land here. All of the parcels currently have not sold, but there are, like, here we go. We got the Snoop area. So this was the Snoop land sale happening there. We had the Walking Dead area up here. The Smurfs land sale happened over here. We had a big Binance sale, which was one of the largest ones we had, and it took over here, and I think somewhere else as well. We had a lot of land sales. There was a Care Bears land sale at one point. Oh, we got the Infinite Pulse area. So they're all the neighborhoods that you can get to. But yeah, a 1x1 plot of land within the sandbox for the land sales will always be 1011 sand to purchase from the sandbox during land sales. Mosquito, how are you doing? I feel like I said hello to you, but I don't think I followed up any further. It's just like, hello, Mosquito, no more. But how the frig are you? So there we go. We're getting the helmet all finished. There we go. Nice helmet. It's a really bad helmet, but you get the idea of ways that you can do it. And then you just make sure to check. So like right here, I can see there's a little bit of Z fighting. So we're gonna want to try and cover that. So whether we want to bring this down another bit. Maybe bring it out a little bit more. Those bits seem much higher than these. Let's move these up. I don't know why I'm trying to make it perfect. But there we go. But yeah, that's what you can do. And then you can obviously animate if you want to animate. So don't build the entire helmet in one piece. I mean, you can 100% build the entire helmet in one piece if you so wish. However, you can get like a more cleaner design by making some pieces in as separate models. So VoxEdit works when you are in the modeler. You can only do it by true voxel form. So if you wanted to do a piece going diagonal, you are going to get it looking like this. This is true voxel form. Instead of having a straight piece that you rotate, because within this modeler section, you cannot create this and then just rotate it. It works in true voxel form. So if you are wanting if you want something that has pieces coming off in true voxel form, then great, yeah. No, I guess, yeah, you could say no weird angles. I wouldn't class them as weird angles. That's why I use the term true voxel form, because that is what it is. But yes, you can have cleaner angles, I'm going to say that, because doing true voxel form can still look really good. I was wondering how Little Prince did some of the asteroids. Oh, yeah, they are... I haven't double-checked. I don't know how optimized they are. But also keep an eye up here. So face and node count. You're going to want to keep your face count below 175, below 5,000 faces, and you're going to want to keep your node count below 175. Because this is an equipment, I would be very surprised if just a headpiece exceeded these limits. Hey Nevex, how are you doing? I would be surprised if a headpiece exceeds these limits. Now, we do have a guest joining us in 20 minutes, and we're going to be talking about the latest VoxEdit contest, which is a scene-based VoxEdit contest. A lot of people that have been here for a while know that we deterred people from making scene-based VoxEdit assets for contests because they weren't optimized, they weren't very usable, and the idea of our VoxEdit contests are ideally for you to be making assets ready to sell and to other people. So scenes are not good at doing that. Some scenes are absolutely beautiful, people are amazing at them. However, we do occasionally run VoxEdit contests where we're like, make a scene. It doesn't need to be usable. It still needs to meet all of our guidelines, but it isn't one that we're saying like, hey, get ready to sell this. Let's delete that comment. Achilles, don't you know we already have the best viewers? Don't click any links by anybody that is saying like get viewers. Never click any of those. No. But yes, you can have a cleaner design by doing additional nodes and additional models. I'm gonna try and think, do I have an example of... I do. 1 second. Do have an example. I'm gonna show it. Now, this is going to be an asset that is a prop. It's not an equipment piece, but it was made as, like, the headpiece was made just as one model. You would obviously want to adjust it to fit an actual avatar head. Where are you? I'm looking in the wrong place. Do you ever do that? Just totally look in the incorrect place? Your things? Alright. Here we go. Okay, this is actually really bad. For some reason, I thought it looked better. But right here, we have like a helmet. Not a good helmet, but we do have a helmet that is only made in true voxel form. So it is possible that you can make a helmet in true voxel form and it not look bad. This is not the best example of that. Where is chat gone? There it is. So there you go. Also, if you are watching on YouTube, don't forget to like the video for the algorithm. So that's what some, like, as you can see, there's like 2 pieces up here for the little pointy point. But yeah, that is really not a good example. Yeah, I feel like that kind of covers it the most. Obviously, you can add animations. I don't know what, maybe for the helmet you want the front to move up over the head. Do keep in mind that these animations will play constantly while a player is wearing them, okay? It's not like animations with normal characters where you set their animations and they do a dance and then they stop doing the dance. The equipment animations will just constantly loop and play. So always make sure your animations loop smoothly, and to make them loop smoothly, make sure that the end keyframe is the same as the start keyframe. Also, I did a with this equipment right here, the teacup. This has animation. However, the animation doesn't play until 2 seconds in. So when players are wearing this, it isn't always going to be playing an animation. So the animation doesn't start until 2 seconds. It finishes. And then, you have a little bit of a break. But this animation would be playing constantly while a player is wearing this. So obviously keep that in mind when doing any animations. And as you can see, everything smoothly just goes back into place. So like the tail of the teacup goes back in, the tea drops, and definitely nothing other than tea is dropping out of this. Go back. It gets to there. If I click that one, so we see it gets to that keyframe, disappears, and then we go back to the beginning. So everything looks like it did there to there. You see, it looks exactly the same. From 0 to where we end the animation, exactly the same. That is what you need to do. One really easy way is to make sure that you are doing that start and end keyframe, is to highlight all... Oh my gosh, why did that highlight the top? Oh, because it's all of these pieces I've got. So you're gonna want to highlight all the entire model right there, and you are going to do Control left click over the 0 second, and then you can copy. Come here. You can copy. You can use shortcuts as well. I forgot about that. So you can copy, and then you'd be able to take that to where your end of the keyframe is, and you can paste. And so you have close keyframe for everything, and you can make sure it all smoothly ends where you want it to. And transition smoothly. Okay, we have 10 minutes until our guest arrives, and I'm trying to think of what else can I show you at the minute. I may have to go quickly grab another drink of water, because... Oh, for the people that were here when I was like, oh my god, and I look scared, it is because what I assume to be a juvenile pigeon flew directly towards the window, and I thought it was gonna kadoing splat out the window, and it slowed down just enough. Oh, there's a little robin. Oh, how cute. Oh, that's a proper baby one. Anyway, it like slowly stopped with its wings wide out, just sat on the windowsill, and then flew off. Panda, I'm not technical, Pops. I'm not technical. I'm not, like, obviously I'll use some jargon, but, like, I'm not technical. Like, I'm not computer technical. I can show you how to use VoxEdit. I know my way around a VoxEdit. But, like, when you ask, like, oh, I have a tech question for you, I honestly thought you were going to be like, hey, how do I do this piece of code? And I'd be like, don't ask me. I have a clue about coding. Everything I said today is Greek, but I'm speaking English. What didn't you understand? I mean, I guess true voxel is a term that if you have been working with voxels, you would know. But yeah, keyframes. Okay, we'll do a quick breakdown of stuff, because even though you may be joking about not understanding some stuff, other people may not understand, and so this will help them. So each one on our, so this is our timeline. This bottom box right here is our timeline. This is where we do all of our animation. We have all of our models. Sorry, not the models. We have all of our skeleton rig, like our child nodes, sorry. We have all of our child nodes. We have all of our nodes. You were joking. It doesn't matter if you're joking. We have all of our nodes down the side. The nodes are what our models attach to. So we have a world, and then off of the world, if we're working with equipment, you're limited with what you can do. But just generally, you have your world. Off of your world, you create your first child node. The world will always be at this center point. And then every node after that is a child node from that world node. You can have child nodes off of other child nodes, so you can have multiple child nodes. Like over here, I have front 1B, I have back 1B. I have like a whole corner section here, so I have a corner section node, corner 1B, 1C, 1C1. So you can have child nodes off of child nodes. But anyway, in our timeline, you have every node listed down here in our timeline. This section, this top section up here where we move our arrowhead is called the time slider, where we can create this little bar right here. You create that by pressing Control, left clicking and dragging. You can make it smaller, you can make it bigger, you can move it. You can highlight over other nodes if we were highlighted. So zoom on in. So we can be highlighted over other nodes. We can move those. I'm not going to mess any of this up, but you could click and drag these anywhere you like in the time slider. So this top bit is the time slider. Okay, we have our arrowhead that we move. Simple enough to understand. You have a open keyframe at 0 seconds. This is automatically always going to be here. And then 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds. And every little tick here, every little line is classed as a keyframe. Now, right now, and the team is aware of it. And to give you an example, we're going to go over to this section right here. You can see it better over here. So, as you can see, I have pieces falling down. So you can see these pieces are falling down, and then they hit the floor and just disappear. Now, the team is aware that if VoxEdit, yes, it's working exactly how it should. It isn't a VoxEdit issue. It is a Game Maker issue, where it is actually showing the movement of these. So right now, this has a single keyframe. It goes from here up inside the mug. However, in Game Maker, this is accidentally showing you that sliding movement back up when it shouldn't, okay? So they are aware and they are working on a fix, and hopefully we'll have the fix soon. But basically, single keyframes are used mostly for hiding pieces. So you see how they're hitting the floor, and then I'm hiding them because I want these pieces to be hidden inside. I want it to look like they are dripping down and disappearing. Okay. So each one of these ticks is one single keyframe. When you create animations, as a best practice, always close your keyframes. So your opening keyframe is that 0 seconds. Your closing keyframe is going to be the last animation time, okay? So for us, and there's a quick way to show you. So we're going to highlight all the models. And right here, next to the play, we have the skip to the end. And this will skip to the final keyframe in the animation. And you're going to want to click that diamond. You're going to want to click that diamond, and it will close all those keyframes. And it's just best practice to do this. Sometimes people will have no issues. Sometimes people do have issues where if they don't close the keyframes, that asset animations do some very bizarre things, and it's because occasionally Game Maker is reading that animation is happening, and it doesn't understand why some things are not, they don't have a closed keyframe, so it doesn't understand that these stay stationary, and it tries to predict the path that it's meant to be going. There was a fix. I have only ever seen a few people have an issue with this still happening. I haven't seen anyone recently report this issue. If you are not closing your keyframes, if you are not closing your end keyframes and you do experience the issue, let me know so I can say, hey, this is still an issue to the team. Until then, it's just best practices. There's no harm in doing it. What else do I need to tell you? Oh, so where it's not so much for equipment, but if you are making an asset, where's a bigger asset? There we go. If you're making a bigger asset that has multiple animations, this one only has idle. I had another one. It's disappeared. We'll find it. Parkour booth A. Nope. Open. Parkour. Nope. What did I name it? There we go. Parkour booth animated. Right. So when you add animations, even if it's static animation, so we got an idle that there's no movement, and then we have a game in progress which has full-on animations. When you have an asset that has any more than just idle, you need to make sure, best practices, that you're closing those keyframes, but also keep in mind that based off of the default, so idle is set as our default, it will put a collision barrier around that whole animated space. And I'm going to show you what that means. So there will be a collision box across all of this, okay? So a player won't be able to enter inside. If they jump on top, they'll be stood like they're king of the world. Yay, I'm king of the world. But they won't be able to go inside. How many files I've created? I mean, I've created a lot of like delete now files. And this isn't even the computer I originally started working on for VoxEdit stuff. So there are definitely a lot of files that aren't even on this computer. I don't know, over 1,000 probably. Especially with the whole like delete tutorial ones that I've done. And I've done like some freelance work as well. So yeah, probably a lot. And I've been creating in Sandbox since 2020. 2020. I've been creating, yeah, I've been creating in Sandbox since 2020. So yeah, there's definitely been a lot of files done. So when you do anything with animation, you can this will create a collision box. So you want to be careful of that. Right, we have our guest that has arrived, so I am very, very excited to be able to introduce them. I'm just gonna get set up for them to be on screen, so just give me one moment. I'm also gonna pull up, there we go, that. Oh no, why is it not showing the screen? I tested this. This was working. Oh, there we go. Perfect. You are there. I know why it did that, and it's gonna do it again in a second. There we go. Now it shouldn't, because I had another browser on full screen.
But, good.
Yeah. So let me introduce you guys to the amazing Nathan. Let everybody know a little bit about yourself. So tell everybody here who you are. Yeah.
Awesome. So my name's Nathan Swale. I'm here today on behalf of Team Kevin de Rug. But that's only one of my roles. The other is as a director of a company called Emphasis. We're a Web3 investment and advisory firm. I've been in crypto since 2017, and for a very large chunk of that, I've actually been living in the Philippines. And so I really got to see the wave of Web3 gaming take off. My partner actually wrote the first ever article about Axie for CoinDesk, and then we actually made a little documentary. So yeah, Web3 and creators are something that's pretty close to my heart. We had a documentary back in 2020 called Play to Earn NFT Gaming in the Philippines, and we just went down a real rabbit hole after that. The opportunity for gaming, especially in places like the Philippines, we had such a young creative community, was just crazy. So yeah, that sort of took us down a pathway. We've invested in about 15 or 16 projects now, from gaming guilds like Yield Guild Games, WeGG in sort of covers Southeast Asia, KGen in India, and Ola GG that covers LATAM. So really looking at the big communities in these emerging markets, through to innovative gaming NFT producers like BreederDAO, and then we've also invested in a bunch of games and studios, things like My Pet Hooligan, Crypto Unicorns, Conviction Labs that make Riftstorm, and Gaming, which is part of the Animoca family, like Sandbox. So been very passionate about Web3 gaming and the opportunity it presents, and so yeah, it's just super excited to be on the stream tonight, Pandapops.
Yeah, I'm so excited that you're here, and like you've been in the space for so long, like a little bit longer than me. I think I entered crypto like 2018, but like late 2018, early 2019. Which I remember fully the video on like the one you're talking about with crypto and Axie and all of that. So super exciting times, and I'm so happy that you're here. So we're going to be talking about Kevin de Rug and the VoxEdit contest that we have running right now. But before we sort of go more into detail with this VoxEdit contest, what made you get involved in Pixelmon, and like what do you really love about Kevin?
Yeah, certainly. So, I mean, look, someone like yourself, you've been around since the early days. I'm sure you actually remember Kevin, but we've also had a lot of people come into the Web3 space since Kevin launched or Pixelmon launched in 2022. And so let me just sort of run through a little bit of the history because it gives a lot of the context. So, and I think it was about February 22. Pixelmon was quite a hyped up project. They had some amazing gameplay demos, and then they launched the NFTs. And when they did the big art reveal, it didn't quite live up to the hype, and it was at the peak kind of NFT mania, I guess. And so mainstream media were very quick to jump on this, and they called it the worst NFT drop of all time. They called it ugly, and people, were kind of mocked for being part of this NFT craze where people had paid thousands of dollars for NFTs that just didn't quite look as good as they were promised. And throughout all of that, I guess one of the many Pixelmon characters that just sort of caught everyone's attention was Kevin. And
Kevin.
It was this pixelated zombie character, and for some reason, as much as he was mocked by the mainstream media, he became a real meme, I think, for anyone that kind of had gone through and ridden the waves of Web3 and NFTs. And for everyone who's ever sort of been questioned at family Christmas gathering as to how much of those silly JPEGs worth now, and all those sorts of things. I think he really kind of connected with a lot of people who potentially felt that at various times either they'd been on the receiving end of being mocked and all that sort of stuff for being part of the crypto world. So I think Kevin really stood out on his own from that, and just became a really funny meme in the space, and connected with a lot of people. So that's kind of Kevin and the Pixelmon story in 2022. So fast forward a little bit, and a company called LiquidX decided to step in and approach the founders of Pixelmon and say, look, obviously everything didn't go according to plan, but you've got a good idea here. People love the monster hunting style games. You've got a great community, but maybe we could help you take it to the promised land. So LiquidX actually ended up purchasing Pixelmon, and since then have been doing an amazing job actually delivering out the roadmap. So I think they're headed off to Gamescom Cologne shortly, and they'll actually have 3 playable games, including one of the most new release games in the set called Hunting Ground. And alongside that, they've also developed Mon Protocol, which is going from strength to strength. But throughout all of that, when they were so focused on building out the new game, it just didn't quite fit with Kevin's pixelated aesthetic. So the current games all have beautiful 3D art, and there was Kevin left on his own as this very pixelated monster. But at the same time, he had so many fans that loved him just the way they were. They said, well, you can't change Kevin. We don't want this beautiful, perfect 3D render like all of your other characters. And so that kind of left Kevin in a bit of an odd spot where he wasn't allowed to be upgraded to be in the Pixelmon game, but also the company was so focused on delivering the games that we saw an opportunity, and we'd actually invested in LiquidX. And so had spoken to Chris and Julio, the founders, and said, well, we love Kevin. Everyone loves Kevin. Why don't we come in and we can actually help you and provide Kevin with a bit of support, and work with Kevin whilst you guys are busy building the game and rolling out the protocol. So we love Kevin too much to see him left behind. So we came on and we've been helping the team there. And since then, the view is that Kevin's for everyone in Web3, so we really wanted to share him around rather than try and keep it all closed off. So to date, we've had Kevin appear in a variety of games, from Cryo Beasts and Society to ZTX and Nifty Island, Kiraverse, and you'd actually even play poker as Kevin in at Bag.win. But that's what kind of brought us to the Sandbox and said, well, this is for everyone.
Yeah.
Kevin is something that should be enjoyed, and let's make him something that everyone can build on. And we're better than Sandbox and the pixelated aesthetic to go, right, let's see what we can build in VoxEdit and open it up to the community. So that's sort of our journey with Kevin, and that's why we're pretty excited to be here with you with this current competition.
That honestly, so many exciting things for Pixelmon, but it is great that obviously they understood, like, Kevin is a meme. Like, you can't change Kevin, and the community loves poor little Kevin. So I'm so excited to see what people create for this VoxEdit contest. And obviously having characters as well. The whole interoperability is one thing that I absolutely adore about the Web3 space, that you are able to convey these characters and IPs across multiple different games. To me, is one of the main draws to Web3. So I'm very excited that we also get to share Kevin within the Sandbox. So yeah, so for the VoxEdit contests, what are you kind of hoping participants will convey in the scenes that they create?
Look, I'm genuinely just excited to see how creative people take their responses. I've seen a bunch of the previous scenes have been created for other competitions, so I was really excited to see where the community take it. But in terms of things that I like to see conveyed when we look at Kevin,
Oh. Your audio cut out right there. Oh, you're back. Sorry, your audio cut. Yeah, your audio and video cut out for just a moment. I'm not sure what we missed. Could you just repeat what you said?
Yeah, of course. So, look, first of all, just super excited to see the community take it. But for things that I really resonate with Kevin, if people sort of convey that sense of resilience, like, started off a rocky start in 22, and written off by many people, but we're here in currently, and he's still going on bigger and better. So that sense of resilience I think is really nice for a lot of people in Web3. Like, I mean, today of all days, the market is down. People are hurting.
Yes.
But we'll still be here tomorrow. We'll still be building. Creator's going to create, that sort of thing. So that sense of resilience is something that I've always identified with Kevin. Also, just like I think of it as like this really good natured. Like, everyone was calling him ugly. He was he's not as perfect as a Bored Ape or something like that, but he's ours, and I really love that kind of attitude. And I think when he got left behind by his Pixelmon friends, I think it's really important that he wants to go and find friends. He's exploring the world. He's looking for his Pixelmon friends, but he's racking up friends all over the world as he goes. So anything that kind of conveys that, I think, is always really nice. I want to show off that friendly, curious, exploratory side. When he goes into any of these games, he's out there to possibly find his Pixelmon friends, but to make friends with anyone along the way. So not everything always goes right through, but he'll keep trying. So it's that kind of resilience that I really identify with. But I'm just keen to see how creative people's responses are.
Yeah, I'm hoping to see Kevin finding some new friends along his adventures. Based off of a scene-based contest of a similar nature. And you picked up on it earlier. They were really, really good, and I'm hoping that we're going to see like a variety of different scenes, cultures, all like incorporating Kevin within their little world inside of the metaverse. So I'm really excited for that personally. Obviously, we have asked people to make scene based entries. So I'm hoping to see so much creativity flow through. I know our VoxEdit community, our contest community, we don't often give them the scene-based contests, and they love their scene-based contests because they are so creative. So I cannot wait to see what they end up creating. We've got some amazing sand prizes up for grabs here, as well as I was going to say participation prize. We don't have participation prize. That's my bad. But yeah, we have some amazing sand prizes for everybody to get a hold of. So definitely start taking part. We have the submission deadline, which is August the 15th. So that's in, wow, 10 days. 10 days. But with Sandbox doing...
You can do a lot in 10 days with VoxEdit.
100%. I had somebody on stream earlier. We have a VoxEdit contest that's also finishing tomorrow. And they were asking questions about like, hey, I want to get a submission done for the VoxEdit contest tomorrow. And I was like, well, you got 1 day. You can do it, but like you're gonna have to really like you're gonna have to grind to do it in a day. But it's more than possible.
They'd be much better off not entering today's contest, but focusing on the Kevin contest.
100%. That's. I mean, if I could suggest anything, I would say everybody should enter every single contest. But we have a lot of contests happening. They are a new user to VoxEdit, so I feel like a scene might be... Because scene is a lot more intermediate to expert level Vox editing, but I think always just doing as many contests as possible gives you like new skills, and they sort of test your boundaries a little bit, and you get to do things that you didn't think about doing. Which is one reason why I love these sort of contests that we run, and especially with you guys as well, bringing in amazing characters here that people can kind of like make little stories around. With the Sandbox doing a Kevin contest, is there anything you can share about a possible experience or just something that might be happening within the Sandbox with Kevin?
Well, look, it's something that's definitely in consideration. I think maybe shaped largely by the caliber of the responses we see come back. They might give us a few new ideas of things we could implement. But look, for us, it's about really looking at the community. We want Kevin to be in the community where people are excited by him, and people can really build on it. So definitely something we're looking at, but can't say too much at this point.
Okay, that's the tiny beans. Almost non-existent beans, but it's still teeny tiny beans. So what, I know you can't say anything about like what might be down the line and stuff, but what about the Sandbox interests or excites you the most? What is it about the Sandbox that has sort of like brought you here and yeah, you're excited for?
Yeah, definitely. Honestly, one of the things I love about Sandbox, and in particular VoxEdit as well, is its ability to democratize creativity and allow everyone to contribute and build something amazing. So, as I started off, I listed off a bunch of the investments we have all across the world in kind of emerging nations, but I live here in the Philippines, and so some of the assets that we've actually created for Sandbox was done by a local studio here called ZoxVox and ZoxVox Labs. And Sandbox has given them a platform where they can create on a global scale and open that market up to everyone. So, it's not just Sandbox and, the software. VoxEdit, I think, is really, it's a great pathway into doing a lot of this development work. Like, you can start off as small and simple as you want, and you can still use the same software all the way through to creating something that is highly complex and challenging. And I think that coupled with the competitions, as you were sort of saying, these are an opportunity for creators all over the world to put in some time and effort, improve their skills, possibly win a whole bunch of sand, which is very cool, but also have their work seen by a global community and create experiences and have ownership of that work. So for me, the real excitement of Sandbox is that reach across the globe to creators from all backgrounds, from every part of the world, as they build their skills, and us to be able to sort of share that IP and say, look, no one owns great ideas. Everyone can bring something to the party. And that's why I think Sandbox is one of the great platforms for that. And the amount of educational content that exists for Sandbox, not just produced by you guys, but also by the community. I think it's a really strong community for people wanting to get into game development or just design and building. I think it's a great starting place. So that was one of the things that really made it a high priority for us to partner with Sandbox and bring Kevin into that environment and say, there's a whole new group of people in Web3, and we want Kevin to be a part of that. And I think it's a super cool platform to do that.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. Like, I feel like Sandbox really does empower their creators in multiple different ways. Obviously, we have the VoxEdit contest, we have the game jams, we have opened up the self-publishing last year. Self-publishing opened up, and then we opened up minting, UGC minting. We're able to mint their assets and put them on the marketplace and sell those. So it really is a platform for creators to have that ownership and make money through a way that many people probably didn't think was possible. It definitely has opened up a lot of doors. I've met some amazing people all around the world. As you said, it really opens up a place for everybody globally to create. And I think, carry on, sorry.
The other thing is, I think, like, it has all of that, and it's fully democratized for everyone to participate, but then we're still able to have partnerships with, like, you have Snoop Dogg coming in, and brands like Atari and Smurfs, like, so you can be creating and crafting some UGC content that ends up in the hands of Snoop, like a platform that allows both extremes to exist and create amazing experiences. There's just not too many others of that scale, and I think that's amazing. Like, you could be a kid sitting here, in the provinces of the Philippines, creating something that's on the same stage as Snoop. Crazy.
It honestly, it really, really is, and it's not something that I would have thought would be possible just like 5-6 years ago. But here we are, and it's great to. I still feel like we're all so early into this space, and that's easy to say. But I'm excited as to where we all go, and I'm excited to see everything that people create. And you mentioned earlier as well that there's many creators educating on the platform, and we've got amazing people like Temper Studios. We have Vox Machina who educates people during their streams, and they have educational programs. Obviously, we do have like the Sandbox Builders camps. that are happening all over, the boot camps happening all over the world as well. But there's loads of local people that are streaming, that are educating, making videos, and doing all sorts. And it's great to see there's a real good community feeling amongst everybody here, to the extent that when I go to process these VoxEdit contests, I notice when new people come in. And because I see all the OG names and I'm like, oh, okay, like, yes, I'm happy to see that you've entered. And then I see a new person. And I was like, we have a brand new person that has entered this space. And I'm so excited to not only see a new person enter the space, but also being able to see their art or games grow with them. Because I've seen people that have started entering contests, and after like a few months, they are still entering contests and they are significantly getting better every single time. And being able to see those people grow within this space is absolutely fantastic. And I cannot wait to see what everybody creates for this VoxEdit contest. See Kevin on their adventures. I'm very, very excited.
On the community of creators you have, I was chatting today. I think I might be appearing on another live stream later in the week with one of the local content creators here and educators, Mikolo Solis, who he'll probably be switching between a bit of Tagalog and English, and since my Tagalog is very poor, I will probably only be doing a little bit of the stream whilst he takes over and does most of it. But just another example of lots of creators all over the world creating not just in English but also their local language. And I think that's really important when you want to get the most number of creatives into a platform. And I think Sandbox has just got a great community all over the world creating really approachable content for their own communities. So shout out to Mikolo.
Amazing. And please send me the stream for me to check that out, because I'm gonna want to. So that's amazing to hear. And I see loads of people in their native languages streaming. I might not understand what they're saying, but to me, it's really important that we support as many as these people. So I make sure that I'm there lurking. I say hi. I check out their streams, and it's really important for onboarding as well. That people all over the world have somebody that is speaking their language, so they can. Not everybody speaks English, and I feel like a lot of English-speaking people end up forgetting that, because lots of people learn English as a second language. But it is really important that people have creators, have teachers that are educating in their native tongue, because it really does help.
That was actually one of the things about Kevin as well, was that he doesn't speak much, so he really did transcend a lot of nationalities. We've got fans all over the world that could just appreciate Kevin for what he put up with and all the backlash at the time, and I think he's really identifiable emotions and personality cut through a lot of the language barriers. So that was very fortunate for us. So I'm really excited to see all the competition entries from all over the world. I think there's going to be a lot of interest from all corners.
I'm just going to link this Medium article so everybody can make sure that they take a look at the Kevin de Rug Voxel Adventures VoxEdit contest. And so you can take part. You have 10 more days remaining. Very, very excited to see what you guys create. We have 15,000 sand that will be split amongst the top entries in the following ways: 6,000 to first, 3,500 sand to second, 2,000 sand to third place, and 4th to 10th place will each receive 500 sand. These will be sent on the Polygon network. Submission deadline is August 15th, 11:59 p.m. UTC. Please convert to your local time and double check, because sometimes people forget what time UTC is, and I am one of them. And results will be announced on August the 31st. And I will quickly do a quick rundown of the submission form. So your email, Sandbox username. So this is the one linked to the wallet that you'll provide. Your Twitter name. This isn't a requirement. However, it does help us find you to be able to promote you, because that is one thing we really like to do, is we very much want to promote all of our creators. So we like to retweet you, follow you, and be able to showcase you. A GIF of your image, you can use Easy GIF if needed. That is a free one. Most people use Light Trace Render, and there is a free trial that you can use for Light Trace Render. The GIF is used for voting, so you need to make sure that it is a GIF. The GLTF of your asset, and if you need more explanation, ask me and I'll explain what that is. Image of your asset, animator screen showing faces, as shown in the picture. A high quality MP4. This isn't used for voting because Google Forms don't allow you to add MP4s for voting. But this is in case we want to promote and showcase you using a high quality video. Any additional images, these are all optional. Asset name and description. Your wallet address. This needs to be the same wallet attached to your Sandbox username. If you submit an entry and you do not have a wallet attached to the username that you provide, you will be ineligible for rewards. And then have you read the T's and C's before submitting? So super simple. We are over on the Discord if you do need any help with your submission forms. You can also just reach out to me on Twitter. You can just like, hey, Pandapops, something's not working, and I'll help you. Or you can ask on streams. I do want to once again thank you so much, Nathan Smile, for being here. I know we're both super excited to see what people create for this contest. As somebody said earlier on, Kevin really is an OG meme in the crypto space. So as somebody who has been around since Kevin appeared and all the memes around Kevin, this is something that really excites me, and I'm very passionate to see what is created here. Thank you. Is there anything you would like, finishing comments you'd like to say to the community here?
No, look, I just want to thank everyone who participates, and I think if Kevin's taught us one thing, even if you're not perfect, at least giving it a go is the thing that matters. So don't hesitate, please. Yeah, do your best, and can't wait to review all the entries. And thank you so much for having me on tonight, Panda.
No problem at all. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I love having guests on, especially when we're doing these contests, because I feel like it gives that connection to the community, to what's being asked to be created. So I appreciate you so much. Hopefully we can do this again at some point. Super excited. Now I need to finishing out stuff for the community. Switch screens. As always, everyone, have a good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the metaverse. I will see you next time. Goodbye.